Thank you for joining us today, Alan. It's a pleasure to speak with you. To start, your thoughts on life often emphasize the importance of embracing change. You once said, "The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance." Can you elaborate on what this means in the context of our everyday lives?
Absolutely. It's a vital aspect of existence. Change is the only constant, and resisting it can lead to suffering. When we learn to embrace change, we discover that life is a dynamic dance. It's about moving with the rhythm of life rather than trying to control it. In doing so, we allow ourselves to experience the fullness of the present moment, which is where life truly unfolds.
That brings us to the idea of living in the present. You've noted, I have realized that the past and future are real illusions, that they exist in the present, which is what there is and all there is. Can you discuss how this perspective can affect our approach to faith and personal growth?
Certainly. When we cling to the past or worry about the future, we miss the richness of the present moment. Faith, in this sense, is about trusting the flow of life. It's not about holding on to rigid beliefs, but rather being open to truth as it reveals itself to us in the now. By doing so, we cultivate personal growth and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe.
You've often spoken of faith as a form of trust, saying, "To have faith is to trust yourself to the water." How does this metaphor relate to our experiences of vulnerability as we age?
Aging is a natural process, and like swimming, it requires us to relax and trust. As we grow older, we face uncertainties. But if we hold on too tightly, whether to our fears or our past, we become overwhelmed. Embracing vulnerability and learning to float, the trust that life will carry us, allows us to navigate the challenges of aging with grace and wisdom.
You've also said, "No valid plans for the future can be made by those who have no capacity for living now." How does this idea play into our responsibilities towards ourselves and others as we age?
It underscores the importance of presence. When we are fully engaged in the now, we cultivate awareness, compassion, and understanding, qualities essential for healthy relationships and personal well-being. As we age, our responsibilities shift. It becomes less about laying plans and more about nurturing connections and living authentically. You cannot love others genuinely if you are not present and engaged with your own existence.
In discussing love, you've said, "Never pretend to a love which you do not actually feel, for love is not ours to command." How can we cultivate authentic love as we experience change in our lives? Authentic love arises from a place of honesty and openness. It flourishes in an environment where we are true to our feelings and allow ourselves to be vulnerable. This authenticity invites deep connections with others. As we navigate the changes of life, whether through aging, loss, or new beginnings, embracing our genuine emotions allows us to experience love without pretense, which enriches our relationships. You mentioned the interconnectedness of existence, saying, "You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean." How does this view shape our understanding of ourselves as we grow older? This perspective is liberating. It reminds us that we are not isolated beings, but part of an expansive universe. Aging can sometimes feel like a diminishing of self, but understanding our continuity with the universe reassures us of our significance and interconnectedness. As we grow older, we can appreciate that our experiences, wisdom, and even our very being contribute to the greater whole. As we reflect on our lives and the inevitability of aging, you've said, "What the devil is the point of surviving, going on living when it's a drag?" How do you encourage people to find joy and meaning in their later years?
Joy and meaning are found in embracing the present and recognizing the beauty in simplicity. We can cultivate a sense of wonder about life, much like a child does. Engage with the world around you, nurture relationships, and find joy in small moments. Life is a dance, after all. It's about moving with its rhythm, finding delight in the present, and trusting in the journey, regardless of age.
You've shared so much wisdom about embracing the present and the idea of interconnectedness. In light of these thoughts, how can we cultivate a sense of community as we age, especially when loneliness can become a significant challenge? Community is essential, particularly as we navigate the later stages of life. When we recognize that we are all part of the same fabric of existence, it becomes easier to reach out and connect with others. Loneliness often arises from the illusion of separation. By actively participating in our communities, sharing our experiences, and being open to others, we can foster relationships that not only enrich our lives, but also help alleviate the isolation many feel as they age. Remember, it's about creating shared experiences and finding common ground. You've mentioned that the attitude of faith is to let go and become open to truth, whatever it might turn out to be. How can this openness serve us as we face the uncertainties of old age? Openness is crucial in the face of uncertainty. As we age, life can throw various challenges our way: health issues, loss of loved ones, and changing roles. Embracing an attitude of faith allows us to accept these challenges without clinging to rigid expectations. This openness fosters resilience, allowing us to adapt and find new pathways in life. It is essential to trust that, like the water we swim in, life will carry us through, even when we cannot see the next turn. In your teachings, you often highlight the importance of authenticity. Can you share how being true to ourselves can transform our experience of aging? Authenticity is liberating. As we age, societal pressures can lead us to conform to certain expectations about how we should act or feel. However, being true to ourselves allows us to live with integrity and joy. When we accept our true selves, we not only enrich our own lives, but also inspire those around us to do the same. Aging then becomes not a burden, but a beautiful unfolding of our genuine selves, with each moment offering a chance to express who we truly are. You've stated, reality is only a Rorschach ink blot, you know. How does this idea relate to our perceptions of aging, and how can it influence our outlook on life at this stage? This metaphor illustrates that our perception of reality is subjective, shaped by our beliefs, experiences, and attitudes. In the context of aging, we can choose how we interpret our experiences. If we view aging through a lens of fear or loss, we may miss the beauty and wisdom that come with it. Conversely, if we see it as a phase of growth, learning, and deeper connection with ourselves and others, it can transform our experience. Reality is what we make of it. Thus, the more we can shift our perspective, the more enriched our lives will be. As we discuss these profound ideas, what role does creativity play in our lives as we grow older? How can we harness it to enhance our experiences?
Creativity is a vital force that can breathe life into our experiences at any age. It allows us to express ourselves, explore new ideas, and connect with the world in a meaningful way. As we age, it's important to embrace creativity, not only in traditional forms like art and music, but also by how we approach life's challenges. This creativity fosters adaptability and innovation, helping us find joy and purpose. Engaging in creative activities can become a pathway to self-discovery, allowing us to explore our inner landscapes and connect more deeply with the universe.
Alan, in your view, what is the ultimate lesson we should take with us as we navigate the journey of life and aging?
The ultimate lesson is to understand that life is a process of continual transformation. Embrace change, trust in the journey, and remain open to the myriad experiences life has to offer. Let go of the need to control or define yourself rigidly. Instead, allow yourself to be a part of the dance, to experience both the joys and sorrows, the ups and downs of existence. Remember that you are both a wave and part of the ocean. Your existence is a beautiful interplay of individual expression and universal connection. In this way, life becomes a celebration, no matter the age.
You've suggested reflecting on our existence by asking, what was it like to wake up after never having gone to sleep? How does this idea challenge our conventional notions of life and death?
This question challenges us to reconsider our understanding of existence. When we think about birth, we realize that our consciousness began in a state of potentiality, not nothingness. And similarly, Approaching death can be viewed not as an end, but as a transition back into that state of potential. This shift in perspective allows us to see life as a continuous cycle rather than a linear path with endpoints. Understanding this can cultivate a sense of peace, as it invites us to recognize that just as we came into being, we will continue to exist in some form, even after what we call death.
That's a comforting perspective. You also said, imagine going through a gate in a wall. Here is this great barrier. You walk through it, you turn around, and the wall and the gate have both disappeared. Could you elaborate on this metaphor in relation to our perceptions of life and death? This metaphor beautifully captures the idea of transition. The wall represents the barriers we create around ourselves, our fears, our attachments, our rigid beliefs about life and death. When we walk through the gate, we confront these barriers and step into a new understanding. Turning around to find that the wall has disappeared signifies the realization that those fears were often illusions. Our experience of life, including aging and death, can be seen as a continuous flow where barriers dissolve when we embrace the journey rather than resist it. This perspective encourages a deeper acceptance of life's transitions. How can this acceptance shape our experiences in our later years, especially as we face inevitable changes? Acceptance is key to experiencing life fully, particularly as we age. When we acknowledge that change is an integral part of life, we can approach our later years with a sense of grace. Instead of resisting the physical changes or the loss of loved ones, we can celebrate the wisdom and experiences that come with age. By letting go of the walls of fear and expectation, we can find joy in the present moment, connecting deeply with ourselves and others. Aging is not a decline, but rather an unfolding, an opportunity to experience life in new and enriching ways. Such reflections can profoundly alter how we navigate our lives. As we conclude, what final thoughts do you have on embracing the unknown, especially as we move through the later stages of life? Embracing the unknown is perhaps the most liberating thing we can do. Life is full of uncertainties, and as we age, we may encounter more of them. However, rather than viewing the unknown with fear, we can approach it with curiosity and wonder. Every moment is an opportunity to explore, to grow, and to connect with the vastness of existence. By letting go of our preconceived notions and stepping through the gate of uncertainty, we open ourselves to the beauty of life's mysteries. Remember, when we let go of the walls that confine us, we can truly experience the dance of life in its fullness. Thank you, Alan. Your insights encourage us to embrace life, aging, and even death as integral parts of our journey, inviting us to live more fully in the present. It has been a pleasure. May we all continue to explore the wonders of existence together, dancing through each moment with openness and joy.